Now imagine you're in your class in third grade. Your teacher is teaching something about plants, and suddenly she says, "Okay, who would like to read the next paragraph from the textbook?" Immediately, you feel this sense of stress go through your body, and you duck your head so far into your textbook that you think that she can't see you. If she can't see you, she can't pick you to read the paragraph. Have you ever experienced this? Honestly, this was one of the most stressful times in my entire educational career. During school, even a bit of junior college, and not so much later in college, but during school, it was so stressful. I did not want to raise my hand to ask any questions or answer any questions, or I did not want any of my teacher to pick me to read the paragraph. I don't know why or when it started or why did I even feel this intense wave of anxiety go through me every time, but it did happen to me up until I was in 10th grade. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Ronal, a mental health practitioner from India, and today we are going to talk about social anxiety. Social anxiety is nothing but fear of being judged, embarrassed, rejected, or perceived negatively by other people. It becomes difficult because even normal situations start to feel like they are threatening. For example, talking in a group, or taking calls, ordering food, meeting new people, posting online, or even making eye contact. A lot of people think having social anxiety means that you don't like other people. That's actually not true. People with social anxiety deeply crave relationships. They want to speak freely, they want to be comfortable with other people, and more so than anything else, they want to be understood. But then their fear gets in the way. So then social anxiety can sound like, what if they think that I'm stupid, or I say something stupid? Or what if they think that I'm weird? Or what if I embarrass myself? Or what if they don't like me? Over a period of time, your brain starts recognizing social situations as dangerous. So, even before you are going to go out or meet new people, go in a social setup, your brain starts telling you that, listen, this is a dangerous situation, we need to act. So, we naturally go into the fight or flight mode. So, because of that, our heart starts racing, we feel shaky, we feel really tensed up, we start recognizing that everything feels a little foggy and all over the place. So we are feeling all of that we feel during anxiety. So this is specifically in a social situation. This is even before you go into a social situation. All of this is not you trying to be an attention seeker or being dramatic. It is because your nervous system is trying to protect you against this danger. So, this social situation, now that your brain has picked it up as dangerous. So, because of that, you're feeling this wave of anxiety. So, then why do we even feel social anxiety in the first place? Social anxiety doesn't just appear out of thin air. Usually, there is some story behind it. For some people, it begins after being severely criticized, or getting bullied, or feeling rejected, or being laughed at, or growing up in environments where mistakes were just not possible. You could not make a mistake. Sometimes even subtle experience shape us, like constantly feeling judged by other people, or feeling like you have to perform for everybody. And eventually, our brain learns that all of these situations are dangerous and we need to protect ourselves. Another big part of social anxiety is about perfectionism. A lot of socially anxious people feel like they must say the perfect thing, wear the perfect attire, sound incredibly intelligent, never look awkward, or never make mistakes. But the thing is, all human interactions are imperfect. Very hardly any conversation is going to be perfect the way you have planned it. So, and it's not just you. Nobody really speaks perfectly. They are also analyzing in their head, and that's how they start talking. So it is hard to have a perfect conversation, or have a perfect outfit, or have a perfect response for someone who is being mean to you. Another huge element in social anxiety is being extremely hyper aware. So instead of being focused on the conversation or what is going on at present moment, we become focused on ourselves. How do we look? How do we sound? Am I saying something stupid? Am I looking at someone differently or incorrectly? We are thinking too much about ourselves. And the more we monitor this, the more we grow anxious. So now that we are more anxious, now avoidance comes into the picture. So now our brain is like, you know what, let's just avoid this altogether. Why do we even want to go out? Why do we even want to hang out with other people? Why do we even want to order food? So then we start avoiding everything. And avoidance is good in the present moment. It feels amazing. But in the long term, it is really unhealthy, and it can become unhealthy very, very quickly. So then how do we deal with this social anxiety then? Healing social anxiety does not mean that you have to become the most confident person in the room. Healing from social anxiety is mostly about teaching your mind and your body that you are safe even when you're being seen. I think the first step here is to understand that you don't have to get rid of your anxiety to start completely living your life. A lot of healing starts to happen when we tell ourselves that it's okay, I have anxiety, but I can still live my life. I can still survive this moment. Sure, I'm feeling anxious right now because of XYZ reasons, but I can get through this. Basically, we are training our brain to slowly get rid of this idea that social situations are dangerous. So you just don't forget about anxiety. You just don't move past it. You have to slowly put yourself into situations where you know you're going to be anxious, but then you teach yourself how to deal with it. But it is important that you do it slowly. You just don't throw yourself in overwhelming situations and hope for the best. No, you take it slowly. If you think going outside currently is feeling a little bit scary, then you can just exit your home for 2 minutes, then go to the nearest shop for a few minutes, then go to the nearest place that you can walk by and where you can be there for a couple of more minutes, not just for a few minutes. You can be at a park for 20 minutes, something like that. So you have to take it gradually. Basically, this will build your confidence. The more steps you take towards whatever you're fearing, the more confident you will become. Another very, very, very important thing in this is learning how to regulate your nervous system. Because anxiety of any kind is not just mental or in your mind, it's mostly also physical. You feel it in your body, in your heart, in your lungs. Basically, your breathing is really rapid. You feel like you can't breathe. There are various versions of this, right? So you need to learn how to regulate yourself in these situations. Take deep breaths, figure out how you can ground yourself. You can count to 10, take a deep breath, count to 10, take a deep breath. Whatever version of grounding looks like for you, you should implement that. For that, you'll also have to do a bunch of trial and error. For that, also, you have to put yourself out there. You have to go outside and figure out what is the most comfortable in this moment. All of this will help you feel really safe in yourself. This is a progress. You will have to take time out for this if you really want to heal from it. And another thing, self compassion. Do not bully yourself. As I said in the previous video, you can't just switch off your nervous system or switch off your anxiety. Your brain or your nervous system is just trying to protect you. It's doing its job. What we have to do is we have to tell our mind or our brain that we are safe, we are not in a dangerous situation, we can calm down. So for that, again, you have to do deep breathing, you have to do grounding work. So there are multiple ways you can ground yourself. You can check them out on YouTube or any other website. Try them out. You can talk to someone about this. Social anxiety is very, very, very treatable in all of the anxieties. So if you talk to a professional, they will give you a beautiful plan that you can follow with the help of them and eventually come out the other side. I think the main takeaway that I want to talk about today is social anxiety is or can be really difficult because we are humans, we are a social animal, we like to be around places, we like to be around people, but then something happens and then we just get into this place where we don't want to do all of this. And that's also really, it's a really weird and bad position to be in because somewhere internally you really want to have friends and be out and about, but then you can't because your fear is stopping you. So right now I would like to encourage yourself to take a step back and look at this. I want you to recognize that if you have social anxiety, I want you to reach out to someone who would help you deal with this or help you at least navigate the anxiety part of it, how you can do it. Or you yourself can take the first steps of challenging yourself in a positive manner so you can slowly reduce or get rid of the power that anxiety has on you. Trust me, I have dealt with this too when I was in my teenage phase. It's hard, and I am an incredibly extroverted person, so when I had to go through that, it was a bad time to say the least. But and I figured it out mostly with the help of my friends. A lot of my friends were going through this. Also spoke to a few professionals who could have helped me through this. So please, please, please don't let anxiety become the in charge of your life. You are always going to be in charge of your life. So take control of your life and don't let anxiety rule your life. Maybe this video is all over the place, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. That's it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you took anything out of this, please do let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll meet you the next time I put out a video. Bye bye.